Our devotion today is from Luke chapter 1. We are looking at verses 26 through 38 today. Before we look into it, remember today to be in prayer for Larry and Betty Arthur. So we are moving right along in the Christmas story today. And the story in this passage is the one that is familiar to us. It's the story of Gabriel coming to Mary to let her know what is about to happen. Okay, we saw last time the story of the birth of John the Baptist. This takes place in the 6th month of Elizabeth's pregnancy. So that's what's going on there. And here comes Gabriel. We already saw him share the news with Zechariah and how Zechariah responded to it. And here we see him coming to Mary, not just to tell her that she is going to give birth, which I imagine just in itself, she knew that, she hadn't known a man, she didn't have a husband, she was engaged, but she hadn't had sexual relations yet. To tell her that she is going to give birth to a child, I think would have been mind-blowing enough. But that child obviously is not just going to be any child, but he is going to be the Son of the Most High. He's going to sit on the throne of David. Now, of course, we know that Mary and Joseph were in the line of David, but I think that even just to hear that probably was, it wasn't their life. They weren't royalty. And it was probably something that would be hard for them to understand, that they were going to give birth to the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. And it must certainly have caused them, Mary and Joseph later, to wonder, what in the world is the Lord up to? I think one of the most striking things about this passage, and it's what I've thought about this year, is Mary's response. And that's one of the things that always stands out to us, right? How she's willing to let the Lord do what he wants to do. She wants his will to be done. And it doesn't mean it's going to be easy. In fact, this is going to complicate things for her and Joseph. We know it's going to cause some problems. And it's not going to be smooth sailing, and everybody who comes in contact with them is not always going to understand it, okay, or even believe that God's will is behind what's going on. But she knows that this is God's will, and that's all that she needs to know. And as I've read through this chapter before, it brings me back to the passage where Jesus says, if you want to hold on to your life, you'll lose it. But if you lose your life for my sake, you'll find it. And that's what I see Mary doing in this passage, surrendering her life to God for the life that he has for her. She's giving up what she has in order to live in God's will. And I think that is a choice that all of us have to make. We can hold on to our life, or we can let go, like Mary did, and say, your will be done, Lord Jesus. Take what I have and give me what you got. I am thankful for this passage today. If God spoke something to you out of this passage, I'd ask you leave us a message on Facebook, on YouTube, and let's remember to minister to one another. God bless you guys.